So, Bitcoin has officially broken above the bull market support band with this recent move. We knew that the retest of the bull market support band was going to be a very decisive moment, and it is really great news that we didn't reject off this moving average, that we were able to break well above it. And this is a very important first step, getting back above the bull market support band, but we aren't necessarily out of the woods yet. The real test is going to be when we actually come back to retest the bull market support band for support, whenever that may be, if it takes maybe a month, if we have to come up a bit higher and come back and retest it. But typically, when we break above the bull market support band, we would like to see us come back down and hold it as support before moving higher like we did back in the summer. And typically, the longer Bitcoin goes without retesting the bull market support band for support, once it breaks above it, the less likely it is to hold when we actually do come back to test it, like we saw in 2019 with this little mini bull run that we had inside of the larger bear market. You saw that we broke above the bull market support band. We had a very nice rally, about 200%. But you'll notice that we never tested the bull market support band for support once we broke above it. It did come kind of close back here, but you can see we never came back to test it for support until after the larger run had happened. And then when we finally did come back down, we broke straight through it and then rejected off of it soon later. So now that we've broken above the bull market support band, a retest of it for support would give us lots more confidence in a further move up. But just because we test it and hold it as support does not guarantee a sustained run like we saw just recently when we broke above it in the summer, came back and tested it for support. We did go on a nice little run afterwards, but I wouldn't call this a sustained run because we broke down below the bull market support band just about 4 months after breaking above it. But this is a very good sign that we are getting a pretty clear breakout of the bull market support band, and I would really like to see us move a little bit further up before coming back down and then eventually holding it as support. Now, talking about some resistance levels that we have to look out for above us, we have one right around 50.9K because it was previous swing highs over here, and we have this 0.5 fib level here. Also in the summer, we came up to right around this area before rejecting and coming back down to test the bull market support band. So we may see something similar over here. Another major resistance level is going to be the golden pocket of this fib right around 56K. And if you put a horizontal line here, you can see that this was a pretty significant level of support and resistance in the past. So I'd say ideally we'd like to see this move come up a little bit higher, maybe to this 50K level, maybe a bit higher to 56K, and then come back down and hold this bull market support band for support. And if we do see this, if we see the bull market support band hold as support, then we can probably expect some moves higher. Checking out Market Cipher B now, the weekly money flow seems like it's starting to recover, and we never actually printed any money flow below the zero line, so we do still have hope of recovering this weekly money flow here. The momentum wave is moving up pretty sharply here because we've had such a sharp move up, so things are looking decent on the weekly, I'd say. The daily money flow is moving up very nicely. We've actually kind of come up to the highs that we saw in the last breakout, and we managed to achieve these levels of money flow very quickly, which is actually very interesting. If you look at the last time we went on a run similar to this, the money flow gradually grew, so that could indicate that people are accumulating here a lot more than they were over here. And the daily momentum wave looks like it is starting to top out here, but it is well above the 60 line, which means we definitely could keep this move going. There's no bearish divs or any sort of top signal on the 4-hour. You can see momentum continuing to make higher highs with the price action, same with the money flow. And right now it seems like this VWAP could start turning around, and we may be able to print a green dot pretty soon and potentially keep this move going. Overall, this is a big win for the bulls. We shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves, but this is very big news. The fact that we were able to get back above this extremely important moving average. Sentiment seems to be turning around, which is a good sign. Alts are pumping. I still don't think we should get too overly bullish just yet, not until we get the confirmations that we're looking for, but this is definitely a big start. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all on Thursday for my next video. Peace.